Hello, my dear students. Welcome to this session. I, Dr. Swati Pandya. Today, I will start you with new chapter, that is chapter 9, about biomolecules. So, the word is indicating us bio and molecules. So, all these molecules which are forming the living body, they all are included in this chapter. So, let us discuss first of all the points which we are going to deal with. Firstly, how to analyze chemical composition. Second, primary and secondary metabolites. Then about biomacromolecules, about proteins, polysaccharides, nucleic acids, then structure of protein, even the different type of bonding which are present in these biomolecules, then dynamic state of body constituents, that means concept of metabolism, then metabolic basis of living, the living state, and lastly about the enzymes. So all these topics will be present in this chapter and we will be dealing with it. Actually it is a new chapter and the concepts are new. Even I can assure that this particular topic, it is concerned with the chemistry part also. So all the chemical compositions we have already learned in the chemistry. So actually if your chemistry is good, you will be able to understand this topic. Okay. So all the chemical compositions we will be dealing with, the compounds which are present, which are forming the living body. We have an idea that all the living organisms, they are made up of these elements like carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, sulfur, calcium, magnesium, sodium, etc. So how these elements, they are combined with each other, how they are forming compounds, how they are forming molecules, how they are forming three-dimensional structures, which we are calling them biomolecules. As these molecules, they are found in living world, that's why they are named as biomolecules. Now let's see the percentage distribution. Actually the comparison of elements, it is given between non-living and living matter. If we discuss about human body, the hydrogen is present almost 0.5%, carbon 18.5%, oxygen at the most 65%, nitrogen 3.3%, sulfur 0.3%, sodium 0.2%, calcium 1.5%, magnesium 0.1%, and silicon almost negligible. Actually these dimensions are not important to remember, only you have to take an idea, the comparison between non-living and living matter, how these elements they are found. Students, we all are familiar with the terms organic and inorganic compounds. So these are the list of certain few inorganic constituents which are found in living tissues. They are sodium, potassium, calcium, magnesium, water, and certain compounds in combination like sodium chloride, calcium carbonate, phosphate, and sulfate. So all these inorganic constituents, they are found in every living organism's body, and they are important also functionally as well as structurally. Then even we will discuss in detail how these compounds they are formed, what are their importance, what are their locations, and basically the biomolecules chapter, what is the importance just for studying this chapter in our syllabus. So this chapter biomolecule, actually it can be understood by the living organisms which are made up of certain chemicals, certain elements as well as compounds. So when we observe the plant tissues and animal tissues, even the microbial paste, then we obtain many of the elements right now we have discussed like carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, etc. And in the same way, when we analyze them within the earth crust, they are also present, and even we have compared them, the percentage which were found in non-living and living matter, right? Now let us see how all the elements which are present, they are found in the living organism's body, they can be proved. So the topic is how to analyze chemical composition. and we continue asking in the same manner, and these are questions which are asked: how does one go about finding the answer? So to get the answer, we have to perform one of the experiment. So when we analyze the chemicals which are present, we can take any type of tissues, like we can take animal tissue or plant living tissue, and by taking them living tissues like vegetable or a piece of liver, etc., then we have to grind it and we have to add trichloroacetate. The chemical formula is also given: Cl3CCOOH, and by using a mortar and a pestle we have to mix it. ठीक है, जैसे ही हम लोग मिक्स करेंगे मोटर की हेल्प से, पेसल की हेल्प से, जो हम अगर आपको ध्यान हो तो हम कूट के ऐसे मिक्स करते हैं, अपने हाथ से एक पेस्ट बनाते हैं. सो वी ऑब्टेन अ थिक स्लरी, और स्लरी के अंदर क्या होगा, कोई भी लिविंग टिश्यू होगा जिसके अंदर हमने ट्राइक्लोरोएसीटेट के साथ उसको अच्छे से मिक्स किया है, राइट. देन नाउ आफ्टर गेटिंग दिस स्लरी, what we will do, we have to strain this through a cheese cloth or cotton and we would obtain 2 fractions. हम उसको छानेंगे, ठीक है, और 2 fractions हमको मिलेंगे. One is known as filtrate or more technically the acid soluble pool, and the second we will get retinant और acid insoluble fraction. क्योंकि हमने ट्राइक्लोरोएसिटिक एसिड ऐड किया है तो एक चीज़ उसमें मिक्स हो जाएगी और एक उसमें मिक्स नहीं होगी, उसको हम बोलेंगे insoluble fraction. And scientists have found thousands of organic compounds in this acid pools. तो ये एक एक्सपेरिमेंट किया गया और इसमें ये फाइंड आउट किया गया कि बहुत सारी कंपाउंड्स, ऑर्गेनिक कंपाउंड्स उनको इन दोनों फ्रैक्शंस में मिले थे. फिर उन्होंने इसको एनालाइज किया और उसके बाद कंपेयर किया कि लिविंग ऑर्गेनिजम्स में, लिविंग टिश्यूज़ में कौन कौन से ऑर्गेनिक कंपाउंड प्रेजेंट हैं. So in this way this experiment was run. So whenever we analyze all these compounds, so analytical techniques when applied to the compound, it gives an idea of molecular formula and probable structure of compound. ये पूरा केमिस्ट्री का पार्ट है और बहुत सारे एक्सपेरिमेंट्स हमको रन करने पड़ते हैं, बट जो मेन पॉइंट्स हमको याद रखने हैं वो मैंने अंडरलाइन किया है. बाकी आप पूरा पढ़ लेना, ओनली यू हैव टू अंडरस्टैंड. इसमें से कोई इंपॉर्टेंट टॉपिक पूछा नहीं जाता मोस्टली, एंड द टेक्निक्स यू शुड नो, इसलिए जितना इंपॉर्टेंट पार्ट है उतना मैंने अंडरलाइन किया है, ठीक है. सो इन दिस वे वी गेट दैट ऑल द लिविंग, ऑल द कार्बन कंपाउंड्स दैट वी गेट फ्रॉम द लिविंग टिश्यूज़ कैन बी नोन एज बायोमोलिक्यूल्स, जिनको हम ऑर्गेनिक कंपाउंड्स भी बोलते हैं, ठीक है. देन इवन द ऐश विच इज़ फॉर्म्ड, ये इस तरह से स्लाइटली डिफरेंट बट डिस्ट्रक्टिव एक्सपेरिमेंट विच हैज़ डिस्कस्ड ओवर हियर, और उसके बाद ऐश मिलता है हमको, पानी उड़ जाता है और उसके बाद ऐश, जो रिमेनिंग ऐश है वो हमको मिलता है. सो दिस ऐश कंटेन इनऑर्गेनिक एलिमेंट्स लाइक कैल्शियम, मैग्नीशियम एक्सेट्रा, एंड इवन इनऑर्गेनिक कंपाउंड्स like sulfate, phosphate etc. are also been seen in this acid soluble fraction. So in this way these elements जो हमने ऑलरेडी पहले डिस्कस कर लिया है ऑर्गेनिक और इनऑर्गेनिक कंपाउंड के बारे में, हमने एक पूरा लिस्ट तैयार किया था. ये खाली एक्सपेरिमेंटल प्रूफ बताता है कि किस तरह से ऑल दीज कंपाउंड्स दे आर फाउंड. So if we see what are biomolecules, all the carbon containing compounds that we get from living tissue, they can be known as biomolecules. And even we have learned the analysis of chemical composition as well as analysis of inorganic compounds. Now we will see that the chemistry point of view, that is different. In that we can identify the functional groups. आपने किए ही होंगे, याद किए होंगे, लाइक एल्डिहाइड्स जिसको CHO से हम डिनोट करते हैं, देन कीटोन्स C+O, देन एरोमेटिक कंपाउंड्स, इस तरह से हम डिनोशंस देते हैं. बट फ्रॉम बायोलॉजिकल पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू वी विल क्लासीफाई डिफरेंटली. इसलिए अगर केमिस्ट्री में क्वेश्चन पूछा जाता है तो आपको अलग तरीके से आंसर देना है, और वही चैप्टर अगर आपको बायो में पढ़ाया जाता है तो आपको बायोलॉजिकल पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से उसका आंसर देना है. डोंट मिक्स इट अप, दिस इज़ द सजेशन फ्रॉम माई साइड. तो अगर हम बायोलॉजिकल पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू देखें तो वी कैन क्लासीफाई देम एज एमिनो एसिड्स, न्यूक्लियोटाइड बेसिस, फैटी एसिड्स, शुगर्स, लाइक दिस. ठीक है, तो हम इस चैप्टर में इनके बारे में ही पढ़ने वाले हैं. सो अर्लियर वी हैव सीन दैट जैसे ही लिविंग टिश्यू को हम ट्राइक्लोरोएसिटिक एसिड में मिक्स करके मोटर और पेसल की मदद से हम मिक्स करते हैं तो एक दो पार्ट में डिवाइड होता है, एक एसिड सोल्यूबल होता है और दूसरा एसिड इनसोल्यूबल पार्ट होता है. सो इफ़ वन वर टू मेक लिस्ट ऑफ बायोमोलिक्यूल्स, such a list would have thousands of organic compounds like amino acids, sugars, lipids, etc. ठीक है, we can call them metabolites. What is the reason? I will tell you. Basically amino acids and sugars, they are particularly known as metabolites because they are intermediates as well as they are end products of metabolism. Now what do you mean by metabolism? If you don't know, I will again tell you. Metabolism is the overall process, chemical process which is going inside the living organism's body, right? जैसे कि हम define करते हैं catabolism means where the larger molecules they are broken down into smaller ones, and anabolism we can define them when the smaller molecules they unite, they will form the, by joining they will form the larger molecules. तो ऐसे टूटते और बनते रहते हैं molecules, उनको हम overall metabolism बोलते हैं. So we can define metabolites as primary and secondary. Primary metabolites, they are found in animal tissues, and if we analyze the plant tissues or the fungal or other microbial, then we can list the secondary metabolites. So in this way, here is the list. We will see the pigments like carotenoids, anthocyanin, then alkaloids like morphine and codeine, then terpenoids, essential oils like lemongrass oil, certain toxins, lectins, drugs, and certain polymeric substances like rubber, gum, cellulose. They all are known as secondary metabolites. And primary metabolites are simple compounds containing carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, sulfur, etc. So detail about primary metabolites and secondary metabolites you have to list out in your classwork, and even you have to learn them. The list of primary metabolites which contain all these carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, sulfur containing compounds like sugars, amino acids, fats, nitrogenous bases, nucleotides, nucleosides, जो हम इस चैप्टर में डिटेल में पढ़ने वाले हैं, and they are present in the living tissues. Similarly, secondary metabolites like pigments, carotenoids, anthocyanins, and alkaloids, essential oils, certain toxins, certain drugs like antibiotics, or certain polymer substances like rubber, gums, spices. So all these things you have to list it out, and you have to remember all these examples. Even at the last I have displayed how to write, so you have to only copy it out. So आपको पूरा लिस्ट बताया है प्राइमरी एंड सेकेंडरी मेटाबोलाइट, हाउ टू राइट, एंड इवन यू कैन कंपेयर इट. Then if we talk about biomacromolecules, macro means larger in size, and all these molecules which are found in living world having a size particularly after a limit, and that I will tell you. So all these things we will discuss right now. And if we see the average composition of cell, then it contains compounds like water. Total cellular mass percentage, if we calculate, it is about 70 to 90%. It depends upon the type of cell. If it is aquatic cell, then the percentage will be more, like near about 90%. If we see another component, that is protein, the percentage is 10 to 15%. And carbohydrates, they are found 3%, lipids are found 2%, and nucleic acids, they are found 5 to 7%, and ions, they are essential, and though they are very little in percentage wise, that is 1% only, but still they have their significant role in all the metabolic processes. सो अप टिल नाउ वी वर डिस्कसिंग अबाउट बायोमोलिक्यूल्स. अब एक और वर्ड यहाँ पे जुड़ा है, बायोमैक्रोमोलिक्यूल्स. जैसे मैंने आपको बताया, ऑल द केमिकल कंपाउंड्स विच आर फाउंड इन लिविंग ऑर्गेनिजम्स, दे आर ऑफ एक्चुअली टू टाइप्स. ठीक है, और मैक्रो मीन्स बिगर इन साइज, उस कंसर्न से हम याद रखेंगे. सो इफ़ वी डिफाइन द chemical compounds, they are of two types. One is those which are having molecular weight less than 1000 Dalton. This is the unit जिसमें उसका weight calculate किया जाता है. And they are usually referred to as micromolecules. So micro means smaller, macro means larger. जहाँ पे भी ये word आएगा आपको इसी concept से learn करना है. Even these micromolecules, they are also known as simply biomolecules. इसी को हम बोलते हैं. While those which are found in acid insoluble fraction, they are known as macromolecules. ये भी आपको याद रखना है, जिसको हम biomacromolecules भी बोलते हैं. Okay, so they are acid insoluble fraction. They are found in acid insoluble fraction, and the molecules in the insoluble fraction, with the exception of lipids, they are polymeric substances also. So in this way, these dimensions are given, and these dimensions you have to remember. Then the lipids, they are indeed smaller, having smaller molecular weight, and if we talk about the molecular weight of insoluble substances, it does not exceed more than 800 Dalton. Now the remaining acid soluble pool, it presents roughly all the cytoplasmic composition. So the macromolecules from cytoplasm and organelles, they become the acid insoluble fraction, and together they represent the entire chemical composition of living tissues or organisms. So even if we talk about lipids, and lipids are also found on the membranes like cell membrane, and even they are found in other membranes. So the lipids are actually not strictly macromolecules, only a simple concept is given, and only important points I have underlined. You have to only remember the concept. मोस्टली आज का जो इंट्रोडक्टरी पार्ट हमने पढ़ा है, उसमें से मोस्टली MCQ या शॉर्ट आंसर क्वेश्चंस ही आ सकते हैं, कोई भी बड़ा क्वेश्चन फॉर्म नहीं होता है. एंड दिस सेशन इज़ वेरी इंट्रोडक्टरी. मेनली from next session we will discuss about carbohydrates. They are also known as sugars, and they are the one of the major source of energy for just doing work in every living organism. Then we will discuss about lipids, then amino acids, and how from the amino acids proteins they are formed, and how the proteins they are important, how the hormones, enzymes, etc. they are important. They are also one type of protein. And even we will discuss about nucleic acid, which are the basis for RNA and DNA structure. तो ये चैप्टर एक्चुअली इम्पॉर्टेंट है, नया है, एंड इवन इट इज़ रिलेटेड विद द केमिस्ट्री पार्ट, क्योंकि केमिकल कंपोजिशंस आपको याद रखने होंगे, तो थोड़ा सा आप रेफ़र करते रहना और बार बार याद करते रहना. ओके, so today we are ending our session here. Hope you liked it, and this is a new chapter as I have told to you. So please do revise it timely, do your work timely. Take care. Bye bye students.